let's get right to it. Top storylines of the football weekend. We're gonna talk about NFL and college football, man. Let's start off with something that I did not want to put on this rundown, but it came flashing to me yesterday while watching Sunday Night Football, like very PTSD way hitting me. Like these niggas have done it again. And I'm gonna give this to J.R. Bang first because Bang is the more reasonable person out of everybody on here. He
You
can give us
sure?
a little wisdom. I'm hoping.
I resent that.
Well, I mean,
Right.
reasonable Chicago sports fan,
I'm
Courtney.
just messing.
Reasonable Chicago sports fan. We can't all be like Championship Court, who all her teams win. But is Jordan Love decent, man? Bang, is Jordan Love? He
You
8 touchdowns
you
in 2 weeks, bro.
you put this to me for a reason.
Yes.
You ain't shit. I just want to let you know you ain't shit because I said that the Green Bay Packers was gonna be in the ghetto.
Yes, you did.
I said that a couple of weeks ago. I was like, yo, they could have a top pick. Man, I'm so pissed right now at the Green Bay Packers. I'm tired of this shit. I'm not saying that Jordan Love is gonna be on the level of Green Bay legends Brett Favre, um, or Aaron Rodgers. I don't want this nigga to be Don Mikowski though.
I don't
Like
want him to be Bart Starr.
I don't want him to be, but Bart Starr is fucking a legend. I don't want him to be none of them niggas. And Don Mikowski, who was before Brett Favre, the Magic Man, I don't even want him to be him.
Before you
And
continue, can I name his stats to make you even angrier for the season? Okay, he has played every game this year. These stats. Matter of fact, Dante, give me the widescreen for this one. I want to see everybody's face with this. So, he has 2,866 yards passing. He has 22 touchdowns. He has 10 interceptions and a QB rating of 90.2. These are his last 4 games. Sunday Night Football, Bright Lights, defending champions, Lambeau, Chris Collinsworth in there doing wild facials on TV. Like it was nasty work by Collinsworth last night. 267 yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Week before against Detroit Lions on Thanksgiving, blew them cats out. 268 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Against the Chargers, 322 yards passing, 2 touchdowns. Against that nice Pittsburgh Steelers defense, 289 yards, 2 touchdowns. He had 2 picks. But that, my friend, that is what, 8 touchdowns? No, it's 10 touchdowns. My bad. My math is off. 10 touchdowns. 10 touchdowns and 2 picks in the last month. Now, Bang, I will give it back to you because, yes, I'm giving this to you because you said they were going to be in the gutter. So I'm going to make you face the music first. Go ahead.
I want to shout out my man Marcus Jordan, Swag. He's a true Green Bay Packers fan because he didn't leave them niggas when Aaron Rodgers left. I'm going to shout out to my man Rabbit, too. Shout out to my man Rabbit. I'm going to shout them two out. Hopefully they see this. Because them the truest, and my man Jack, them the truest Green Bay fans I know, because they didn't waver. Even when they thought Jordan Love was huffed, they didn't waver. I say all that to say this. It ain't Jordan Love, man. It's Matt LaFleur. I've come to the conclusion. I'm not going to shit totally on Jordan Love, but Matt LaFleur is a better coach than we thought. Because when Jordan Love was looking like he wasn't shit, they reeled Buddy ass back in. And they got that man looking like he is the best quarterback in the NFC North. So I want to give Matt LaFleur all the respect in the world because if he was in Chicago, Jordan Love wouldn't be shit, and Justin Fields would be a great quarterback. Also, even though they had Aaron Rodgers, they went and they grabbed Matt LaFleur. They could have grabbed a defensive coach, and just got somebody to run the offense that basically was going to listen to Aaron Rodgers. And for the years that Matt LaFleur was there, everybody kept saying Aaron Rodgers. He wouldn't be shit without Aaron Rodgers. He can't coach. Anybody could coach Aaron Rodgers. You go look at how we feel about Luke Gessie now, and then you also go look at how people look at Nathaniel Hackett. And he wet the bed in Denver, and he's wetting the bed in New York. Matt LaFleur, however, is looking like a credible NFL coach. And for this team to be 6-6, the way that they started off, the way Jordan Love looked after the Bears game, and how he looked against Patrick Mahomes, that's some great coaching that's going on. They putting him in the right spots. So even though Jordan Love doing this thing, all of that, I give all the respect to Matt LaFleur. It's a great coaching job that's going on.
I respect how you brought that back home and still ended up shitting on Jordan Love still in the end. I respect it. I'm gonna tell you. You had me in the beginning. You had me in the first half. I was all right, cool.
You see the emails I sent.
But boy,
you see the emails that I sent.
Hey,
my boss pride me on them emails.
Yeah, you brought that home beautifully. I like that. I respect that. I like it.
Well, Mark, what's your opinion as an outsider? What do you think about that?
I mean, shit. To be honest with you, man, like he's doing way more than I expected. Honestly, I mean, I think. Probably everybody has that opinion on it because once Aaron Rodgers leaves Green Bay, I'm pretty sure most of the fans who weren't like true fans probably left with him because they was just like, yo, it is what it is. If the Packers win the game, cool. If they don't, we expected it. But that dude is looking like he's good money, man. You know what I'm saying? I think obviously we probably still need to see him, still do more, like still stay at this level, be more consistent with it. But shit, right now it's hard to say he's not. I ain't gonna call him yet, no, nothing like that. But he's good money though. He's definitely good money, which is more than people were saying about him, a while back. So I'll fuck with him.
I'll say this before we go to Courtney and Dante and get their takes. So I'm not gonna lie, I did have flashes of like, oh my god, these niggas are doing it again while watching the game. Shout out my man Serge. We was watching the game, my homie Serge, and he was just like, as an outsider. He watches more, or as he calls it, real football, soccer, than actual American football. And he's like, yo, son, they always got a good quarterback. And I was like, you don't have to remind me, okay? Like I am up here, like we're trying to piece together the most talented quarterback we've had in Justin Fields. And I see this nigga Jordan up here, Jordan Love, doing it with ease. But taking away my Bears PTSD, if I just look at it from my media eye, my non-biased fan eye, it's kind of like what Bang said. It's not even no discredit to Jordan Love. And because before he started going crazy in like the second half, it was that first touchdown drive. And I put actually in the I'm not gonna hold you group chat. I was like, look, he's making the game easy for Jordan Love. Imagine that. Something where you got Luke Getsy who makes the game difficult for Justin Fields. So just alone, that shows you coaching. And he's putting Jordan Love in good positions. He's not putting Jordan Love out there in positions that he's set up to fail. And one thing about Matt LaFleur, like you said, man, we got to give him his credit because everybody thought this was just an Aaron Rodgers thing. No, this dude is a really good play caller. He's coming from that same system that we saw Kyle Shanahan. And Kyle Shanahan's been doing that. I think the biggest problem with, I like to call him Kendall Roy, because he looks like Kendall Roy. Kendall Roy issue is sometimes he puts too much dip on his chip and he don't be running the football when he needs to. Other than that, he's a great play caller. And you're starting to see the same stuff from Matt LaFleur. And I feel like without Aaron, he's finally getting the credit he deserves. And we actually seen it was LaFleur. It was not Aaron's personal bag holder, Lou Getsy. It was LaFleur. So, but there was a lot of, and where's my brother? There's a lot of BLTs that Jordan Love threw last night that he got away with. But if you're a Packer fan, that's the stuff you want to see your quarterback get away with. That's the stuff that I wish I could see my quarterback get away with. So I don't think that this is like a new era in Packer football, and this is a guy that we got to fear and things like that. No, but I do think they're going to be competent. I think right now they're tied for the 7th wildcard spot. You know what I'm saying? That's a big win for them last night. So I'll say he's making improvement. I mean, 22 touchdowns, 10 picks in your first year as a starter. As much as I hate the Packers, I gotta, tip my hat to it. But I do think it's 75% Matt LaFleur more than anything, man. Let's go to Dante and then we'll go to Courtney.
I mean, as much as we want to just say LaFleur, just out of the because we Bears fans and don't want to get his man his credit. I said at the beginning of the year, I thought Jordan Love was going to be okay, and he's been beyond okay. Like I think he's shown a grasp of the offense, something that somebody who sat for 2 years should show you. Finally getting his shot, and I think he's had his struggles, but at the same time, when put in these positions, like you said, especially now with them going toward a division title potentially, he's performed well. LaFleur has done an amazing job. You talk about that Kyle Shanahan tree and those guys, LaFleur, Cliff, McVay, Kingsbury, all those type of offensive minds. Kingsbury is actually a guy I think the Bears should look at for offensive coordinator. That's just me though. But
who's getting him out of Dubai?
No, he's a QB coach at USC.
So who the nigga that went to Dubai? It wasn't Kingsbury?
No, he went to Thailand at first. It was like, don't call me. Lincoln Riley is boy, and so he came back for that. Yeah, but no, like I think when you have those type of minds, and like you said, we've always talked about it. We talk about it every time we bring up the Bears. When you don't have people who are on the same page, and it looks like Getsy and Hackett have pretty much robbed the league blind, and it was LaFleur who's actually the offensive genius. And so when you have an offensive genius, or somebody who can really put a modern scheme out there and that puts your quarterback in a position to succeed, Jordan has done what he needs to do. I think it's still a young quarterback. You still got to see what he does as these weeks get closer. These weeks go on, he gets colder in Green Bay because I think that's gonna matter. We still have to see him play in those elements and how he embraces that. But I think so far, man, yeah, like I know how much as we want to hate it and we thought it was just gonna be our time to take over and all that shit. This is probably the reality check we needed. Like the Bears are gonna have to do a lot because he's solid. He's definitely a good quarterback.
Courtney, bring us home on this one.
I mean, listen, as a Saints fan, I've been knew that man was a terror. We had no business losing that game to the Packers that early in the season, but they did it. He balled out, and that's been the story for them so far this season. And they're in a great position, like you were just saying right now, heading into this wild card hunt. Listen, they're in a prime position. They play the Bucks, the Giants, the Vikings, the Bears, and who else to end the season? Like they could very well, respectfully, win out. Like none of those teams are saying to me that they're a threat to anything that Jordan Love and that Packers team can do. I know the cold, etc. No. I buy into Jordan Love right now. I'm buying into it right now. Not saying he's a leader or anything, but it does make me actually, as a fantasy football enthusiast, kind of leads into one of the other topics that we're going to get to, which is, should we start worrying about Kansas City right now? He's got like basically the same stat line as Patrick Mahomes right now. Yeah. Like it's almost scary.
Identical.
Yeah.
Perfect segue. But before we get to that, I just want to say this to Bears fans. Once again, give me a wide screen on this one, Dante. I'm the Grinch here for Bears fans today. If you want Jim Harbaugh, right? If you want Jim Harbaugh to be a head coach, and I want Jim Harbaugh to be my head coach, do not let the Bears finish this season on a 3-game win streak, number one, which is very possible. If you look at who these niggas are playing, they're playing Desmond Ridder. As much as I like Kyler Man Murray, them niggas can be beat. You do not want Matt Eberflus, Justin Fields to roll up in the Lambeau week 18 with the playoffs on the line for the Packers. Now, I'm going to break it down for you. The Bears have not beaten the Packers in 5 years since that 2018 Matt Nagy team that won the North. And we go even further. They have not beaten the Packers in Lambeau Field. By this time will be 9 years since Thanksgiving 2015. Who could forget Jay Cutler threw 3 touchdowns? Who was the corner who got the pick? My man, it was 21. His name is escaping me. But you do not want to finish that, and then they knock the Packers out the playoffs? Oh, that's music to the McCaskies' ears. He's staying. I'm telling you right now. He's staying.
I said that weeks ago. That I believe that the Bears are going to go on the 3-game winning streak to end the season. And if the Bears do go on the 3-game winning streak and beat the Green Bay Packers in Green Bay, oh, nah, man, we're going to forget about everything that happened in the beginning of the year. But the flip side to that, too, is even if that happens, I don't think this is a hot take either. And I said this on the show before, and I'll say it again. I don't think Jim Harbaugh is going to come here in the first place because Jim Harbaugh is going to want power. And Ryan Poles is not going to cede power to get Jim Harbaugh. He's not going to be like, all right, I'll be the GM, but Jim Harbaugh gets first, he gets control of operations. So basically he has final say. No.
And
in 2024.
I don't want to get too much now. I want to say that for OT.
I'm just going to say this.
Yeah, give him a little taste of the dope.
Just say, in 2024, Jim Harbaugh will be on the West Coast. I'll tell y'all later where that's going to be.
Shout out to Octane in the comments. I'm not worried about that because the Bears need to win 2 games road before that happens. I'm gonna be real. They might not even have to win those last 2. They beat them niggas, keep them out of the playoffs. They might ain't the other 2 might even worry about that.
That paper on this player haters old news. Money on the other line, so I'm not gonna hold you. Money on the other